All right, so first up, the movie Mud. I gave Mud a 4 out of 5, and here's my mini review.
Hmm.
A, a coming of age drama with a twist set in the Deep South. It comes across almost like a modern day Mark Twain story with great kid actors at the heart of this slow, outdoorsy adventure. So, those are all compliments, actually. I'm not saying much of a criticism. I mean, movies being slow, sometimes that can be a bit of a criticism. But before I get to that, so this movie is centered around a character played by Matthew McConaughey who's living on this island in the deep south somewhere on a big river. I think it might be the Mississippi River. They don't really ever say.
All
Um,
right.
and he's trying to lay low, and then adventurous kids find him, and they become friends. And essentially, the plot is these kids that are like 14-year-olds learning about life through interacting with this guy who's hiding out and trying to overcome his bad situation, and he's done something bad. And anyway, he ends up. Well, I'm not going to say more than that. That's a good enough setup. It's very southern and countryside, a lot of southern accents. Matthew McConaughey is very much, if you want to talk accent issues, not an issue, but just kind of it's there very obviously in your face.
But he
Um,
has a real Southern accent in real life, right?
yeah, and I feel like he can like turn it to 11 if he wants to. Maybe not. Maybe it's totally fine. It wasn't that bad. It didn't bother me. It's just the whole movie's that way. It's got Reese Witherspoon in it as well. Her character um, isn't as crucial as maybe the previews make it seem like, but she's a big name, so obviously they're going to throw her name around.
Sure.
Um, but so yeah, so the movie. I feel like I've had issues with coming of age movies, or at least I pretend to, or I've
Yeah,
said
this
I've
is
had
what
them.
I was gonna say. But this summer we've had a bunch, right? Got the Way Back, which you loved. I
Yeah,
think you liked. What's that other one we saw not too many weeks ago that we saw late? I can't. How come I'm drawing a blank?
I know that there is another one, and I also forgot to look it up, but I know that there was two that I actually really liked recently, and this is the third
And
one.
this one you seem to like too. Yeah.
Yeah, the kid actors did a great job. I didn't resonate with them as directly as maybe characters in the Way Back because these are deep south, outdoorsy, living on a river, riverboat, kind of kids that I don't know that experience, but it was played out very well. I could see what they were struggling with, and the movie took some time. It took like the first 40 minutes before it really got into what was happening. It's kind of a longer movie, so it is
Hmm.
long and slow, but it has a good payoff and a good story. Um, it's fine. It's great. Actually, I gave it a 4 out of 5 because maybe the slowness factor or just the subject matter or the southern it's just one of those things in the end. It's not something that stands up there. I wouldn't watch it again or I wouldn't recommend it too emphatically, but it is a very good movie and it's hard to find anything wrong with it. It's one of those movies.
All right. Well, that's close to my technique. To get a 5, to get it above 4, it has to go above and beyond somehow, and it sounds like this didn't do that for you.
Right, right, but it did quite well nonetheless. So I'd say go and see it. Matthew McConaughey does a great job, great kid actors. Overall, good movie.